Welcome again and welcome to our home. This will be a 60-minute Vinyasa flow class and it was requested to do yoga for depression. So if you're watching us live now, hi. And if you're not able to watch us live today, this will be on our YouTube channel, Fight Master Yoga. And I highly suggest that you subscribe to Fight Master Yoga so that you can get the notification for the next live class, which will be next week, Saturday, same time, which is 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. That's California. And they have those time and date things where you can put in the time in California and it'll tell you what time it is where you are. So you can join us that way. And those of you who are here, you're here right now. And those of you who are not here watching later, hello, I'm glad you made it. So let's just start for a moment in a comfortable seat, and you can sit with your shins crossed if you like. And if that's not comfortable for you, you can always have your feet on the floor. Just try to sit with a long spine. You can sit up against a wall, which, by the way, another request today was headstands. So if you're going to do headstands today, and of course you don't have to, and I'm going to give you alternatives, but if you are going to do a headstand, I recommend doing it at the wall, unless you've been doing headstands for forever. Otherwise, the wall is your friend. Okay. So sit up nice and tall and close your eyes. Take a deep breath in and out. And this is the time of our yoga practice where we practice the first sutra, which says Atta Yoga Snushasana, and that translates to now is the time for yoga. What it means is that we set aside all of the things that happened that got us onto our mat today. And we also set aside all of the things that we'll be doing later, and we draw our attention inward. And take this moment to relax. You've made it. You're on your mat. This is your time. Your very special time that you've set aside for yourself. And I commend you for doing this because I know life is busy. And usually when things get busy, the first thing to go is self-care. And I'm glad that you decided to not forego yours. And now let's join all of our energies together. Bring your hands in front of your heart. So wherever you are in the world, I invite you to join me in an Om. If it's possible for you to Om out loud, then do that. And if it isn't, then Om in your mind like you really mean it. So we'll exhale everything out. And inhale for Om. Inhale the essence and energy of Om. And release your hands and let your eyes softly blink open. So the requests today were yoga for depression, super soldier pose, headstand, and working on the bandhas. So I have my work cut out for me. First, I want to talk a little bit about depression before we start moving, because whenever I do a yoga for depression class, I will inevitably get a comment about how depression is different from just feeling blue, and it has different components. And I just want you to know that I'm very familiar with depression and have been treated on and off for depression for many, many, many years, currently being treated. So I know what it's like, and I know that there are things that can happen in our lives, situational things that cause you to feel depressed, and you might, from those things, you might get depression that needs to be treated. However, sometimes it's a situational thing that will come and go, and you feel bad and you feel awful, but you may not need any other treatment. So, however, if you do have these feelings of hopelessness, of sadness, of not enjoying life, of overeating, of undereating, of sleeping too little, of sleeping too much, and it goes on and it goes on and it goes on, definitely consult with your doctor, because there is help and you don't have to suffer. So I wanted to put that out there. The other thing that a lot of times goes along with depression is anxiety. And I just wanted to put out there the difference between feeling stressed and feeling anxious. So stress is usually, you can tie it back to something in your job, something in your family, something that's going on in your life. There's plenty of things you can choose from right now. But anxiety, although feels very similar to stress, it's not tied to anything, and it kind of comes out of nowhere. So it doesn't necessarily have a specific cause. Everything could be going well and you could feel anxious. And there's help for that too. And just like feeling sad for long periods of time could turn into something bigger, feeling stressed for long periods of time can also turn into something bigger. So if you are struggling, I really, really recommend and implore you to talk to your doctor and get help, because help is available. Okay, with that, I will share with you some things that I do that help me with my depression and anxiety here and there as well. So we're going to come onto our backs. I'm going to set my timer. I'm going to get it started. Here we go. So come onto your back, please, and bend your knees, or you can extend them if that's more comfortable. Or option 3, soles of feet together, knees apart. These are all equally wonderful options. Now start to focus in on your breathing. As you inhale, expand through your belly, and then all the way around to your back. And then as you exhale, let it out through your nose, unless of course you're congested, then breathe through your mouth. And then at the bottom of your exhale, gently draw your navel in and up. So you're gonna be empty of breath, pulling the belly in. And again, inhale, belly and low back. So all the way around. Exhale. At the bottom of your exhale, pull your belly in and up. Pause. Now inhale, belly, and start on the rib cage, and rib cage all the way around, so into the mid back. And now start to exhale first through the rib cage, and then through the belly. And once again, at the bottom of your exhale, pull your belly in and up. Pause with the breath out for a moment. And again, inhale, belly, rib cage. Let's take it all the way up to the shoulders. So bring it all the way up to the chest, around to the upper back, shoulders. Big, huge breath. And then we'll exhale, starting with the shoulders and chest, upper back, rib cage all the way around mid back, and then belly all the way around to the low back. Let's do that once again. Inhale, belly, rib cage, chest, all the way front and back of body. Expand through all sides with breath. Hold it a moment at the top if you can. And then begin your exhale, starting at the top and smoothly going all the way out to the bottom. And at the bottom of your exhale, when you're empty, pull your belly in and up. And then release and breathe Ujjayi. So remember your Ujjayi breath in and out through the nose if that's possible for you, and slightly constricting the back of the throat. So the best way to learn is inhale through the nose, exhale out of your mouth like you're fogging a mirror, and then close your mouth halfway through and just practice. So if the soles of your feet are together, reach down and take your knees, point them to the sky. If your legs are straight, walk them in and walk your heels underneath your knees. As you inhale, you're going to just tilt your pelvis up toward the sky. Just pause here. As you exhale, pull your belly in all the way around and start to squeeze your outer hips and your inner thighs towards center like you're holding a block. And then lift all the muscles in your pelvic floor. And then release and let it all go. So we're moving into the bandhas. Mula bandha is the root lock. And Uddiyana bandha is, if you find your navel, take 3 fingers, bring underneath and wrap all the way around. That's your Uddiyana bandha. It means flying upward. Mula means root lock. So do the same thing. So as you inhale, tilt your pelvis up toward the sky so your low back and most of your hips are still on the floor. As you exhale, pull your belly in and up, and imagine you're pulling all the way in your back as well. Squeeze your inner thighs, spin them in toward one another. Outer hips, lift your pelvic floor muscles. So those are all the muscles down there, all of them. Don't leave any out. And then release that and rest a moment. Take a breath. And let's do that one more time. So inhale, it's just a little tilt to the pelvis. Imagine if you have a yoga block, you can put it right here and squeeze it. That helps. Pull the belly in. Outer hips, inner thighs, pin in towards center. Lift all the pelvic floor muscles. Keep your belly drawing in and up and hold here. And now we're going to hold it and keep breathing. It's a little bit tricky, a little bit challenging, but breath is important. So you want to learn how to breathe while you're holding your bandhas. Sometimes you'll hold the breath out and engage them, but sometimes you'll engage them and still breathe. So you might not take as deep of a breath when you've got your Uddiyana bandha engaged, but you can still breathe. All right, let's release that. Good. Take a regular Ujjayi breath. Now, take your arms alongside. Hi, Emma Kitty. And as you inhale, we're going to lift that pelvis again, but this time lift your low back and your mid back. So you're going to come into a gentle bridge. Spiral the thighs in, and then exhale. Lower down 1 vertebra at a time. Make sure your heels are under the knees. And again, inhale, tilt the pelvis up, engage your bandhas, and lift into a gentle bridge. Lengthen your butt to the backs of your knees. Turn your inner thighs toward each other like you're holding that block. Exhale, lower 1 vertebra at a time. And this time, face your palms in toward one another, and we'll add our arms. So as you inhale, lift into your bridge pose, reach your arms up and overhead. Let's stay for the exhale. Engage the bandhas. Now take an inhale. As you exhale, bring your arms back down by your sides as you lower 1 vertebra at a time. Let's do that again. So inhale, press down into the heels and lift, taking the arms with you as you go. And your arms might not come up by the ears. It's fine if they stay here. If they do come up by the ears, Notice if your rib cage wants to puff up and your low back really wants to arch. Don't let that happen because it can hurt your back over time. So exhaling here, engaging your bandhas. Inhale, bandhas engage. And then exhale, lower down, take the arms with you as you go. So we're gonna add on to this one, we'll do a little bit of belly work here. So sometimes you'll move a little bit, so make sure your heels are still under the knees and point your toes in toward one another just a little bit. All right, inhale, lifting up. Exhale, engaging bandhas. Inhale, you can let them go a little, but keep mindful of them. As you exhale, lower down one vertebra at a time. Bottom of your exhale, lift your bandhas again, engage them, and lift your head and shoulders off the floor. Hold. If your neck bothers you, you can hold it with a hand. And release. Inhale. Once again, lift arms overhead. Spiral thighs in, lengthen. So these hip points lift toward the low ribs, and the low ribs draw in toward the front of the body. Take a breath. Exhale. Bandhas. Inhale, let them go a little. Exhale, lower down. Bottom of your exhale, keep the breath out, engage all your bandhas, all the pelvic floor, pull the belly in, lift the head and shoulders, hold the head if your neck doesn't like it. Take a little breath, but engage your bandhas. And release. Nice work. Hug your knees. A little side to side. Now we're going to hold the right knee to the chest. Extend the left leg forward. Take an inhale. Exhale. Lift your head and shoulders. Lift your left leg a little bit off the floor, or you can keep it down. Engage your bandhas. You can hold your head to support your neck, or reach your fingertips forward for 3 breaths. So bandhas are engaged, but we're breathing. 2. And now stay up. I know, take this left hand across, touch the right, and do little pulses. 1, 2, just 5 of them. 3, 4, and 5. Back to center. Hug the knees in, and then keep your left knee hugging in as you extend the right. Point your right toes up to the sky. Take a breath in. As you exhale, lift head and shoulders, pull the belly in, lift the right leg off the floor, option. Hold here, hold your head, or reach your arms forward. Arms forward is a little more intense. Keep breathing, but engage those bandhas. Now we're going to take the right hand across, find your left, little pulses. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Release. Hug knees into chest. Rock a little here. And now we'll hug the right knee in again, extending the left leg. Same thing, but we'll add on. Lift head and shoulders. Lift the left leg. Arms by your sides. So this one's a little bit trickier. Extend your right leg up, and it doesn't have to be straight. It can be bent. So you're going to take a breath in. You might need to use your hands to help you, but see how it goes. Bandhas, bandhas. As you exhale, lift all the way up. Touch your hands. Inhale, lower back, but not all the way down. Exhale, lift. Lots of bandhas. Inhale, lowering, not quite all the way. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower, and hug your knees in. How'd it go? So you can use your hands to help you come up. You can also hold on to your leg to help you come up. It's a little tricky, I know. Hug the left knee in, extend the right leg out. Option to keep your right leg on the floor. Lift your head and shoulders up, right leg up or down, and then extend left leg toward the sky. Doesn't have to be straight. Inhale. Bandhas, bandhas, exhale. Lift any amount. You can hold on to this leg and pull up. Inhale, lower but not all the way. Exhale. I know you want to lower all the way. I do too. Inhale, coming down. Exhale, coming up. And now we're going to stay up, hold the legs, bend the knees, lift the chest, boat pose. Hold. You can hold here. Pull the belly in for 3 breaths. And 2. And 1. Crossing at your shins. We'll roll forward. Onto the hands and knees, wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. Already feeling warmed up. Then spread your fingers. As you inhale, bring your chest forward, drop your belly. That should feel good to stretch out those belly muscles a little. And then exhale, round the back, press away from the floor, chin in. Again, inhale, chest forward. Even here, bring some attention to your bandhas. You don't have to have them really, really strongly engaged, but just keep attention there. Exhale, press away, pull the belly in and up, and now see if you can strengthen your bandhas a little bit more. Inhale, drop the belly, pull the chest through, widen your collarbones, shine your heart forward, and exhale, round your back, chin toward chest. Pull the belly in and up, bandhas, and then to neutral. So remember, we have natural curves of our spine. The low back curves lordotically, if you know what that means, so it goes that way. The upper back curves kyphotically. And the neck is lordotic and the sacroiliac joint is kyphotic. We want to try and support these natural curves as much as possible. Do you know what helps us to support them? Bandhas. Oh my goodness. So extend your right leg back. Start to engage your bandhas now. And lift your right leg off the floor from the inner thigh. Drop the outer hips. You want hips level. You don't want this to open, okay? Reach your left arm forward. Now engage your bandhas like crazy as you breathe. Now just for a moment to feel the difference, let your bandhas go. Everything gets super heavy. Now re-engage them. Feel the difference. You're pressing away from the earth, pulling in low belly, pelvic floor, and your body feels lighter. And if it doesn't, it will. Release that. It takes practice. That's the thing about yoga. Practice. It's all practice. Left leg back. Toes are on the floor. And by the way, you can keep them on the floor. Lift your left leg up from the inner thigh. So when you lift it, your back wants to arch and your hip wants to open, but we know better than that, right? So we're gonna pull the ribs and belly in, lift the pelvic floor muscles, and add the right arm. Reaching, breathing, engaging, but then just to see the difference, release your bandhas. Oh, things get heavy. Re-engage your bandhas. Press away from the floor. Lift low belly, lift pelvic floor, and we are done. Nice work. Not done forever, just with that. Walk your hands about a handprint forward and tuck your toes and stretch into downward facing dog. Arms are shoulders distance and feet are hips width, and start to bicycle your legs here for a moment. Now here, I see a tendency of people arching the back here as well, or letting their ribs kind of flare out. So take an exhale and absorb your front ribs into your body, and keep stretching back with your hips. Knees can be bent or straight. And now take an exhale, bottom of your exhale like we did earlier, pull your belly in and up. So you're empty of breath, and lift your pelvic floor muscles, just to practice. And then from here, take your knees down, child's pose. So if you have any knee issues, you can keep your buns up, rest your head on your hands. If your knees are fine and your feet are fine, then you can come back, but rest your head either on your hands or on the mat. And take deep breaths. And now, repeat the following, either in your mind or out loud if you can. I am enough. I have enough. I do more than enough. I am enough. I have enough. I do more than enough. And reach your arms forward from here. Spread your fingers. Come back up onto the knees and tuck your toes. Downward facing dog again. Stretch back. And breathe. And remember, at least on the bottom of your exhales, take a moment to engage your bandhas, just to remind you. We'll inhale to plank pose. Lots of bandhas here. Now you can always take your knees to the floor. That's an option, any day, any time. But if your legs are up, then lift them toward the sky. Lengthen your butt toward your heels, crown of the head forward. Shift about an inch forward, knees up or down, lower slowly to your belly. Exhaling. And then bring your hands by your low ribs and press all 10 toenails down onto the floor. Pull your belly away from the floor. Lengthen your butt to your heels and peel your chest up. So even some bandhas right here. Pelvic floor, outer hips pin in, inner thighs lift toward the sky. And then lower back down. And then we'll come up again, inhaling. You can stay with your low cobra, look over your right shoulder, or you can come into a high cobra and look over your right shoulder. Whatever works for your body. Bandhas, breathing, and then to center, exhale. And inhaling up again, looking over your left shoulder in your low cobra, or if high cobra works for you, make sure you're lengthening your butt to your heels. Roll your shoulder heads back and breathe. Lengthen your butt bones towards your heels. And then to center and lower down. Okay, ready for a bandhas challenge. Bandhas challenge. Tuck your toes under. We're going to do this twice. First knees down, then knees up. But what I would love to see is everything come up at once. So I don't want to see the worm, okay? That was the worm. It's cool. When you dance, you should see Duke's worm. He's really good at it. But for yoga, we want to keep everything in a straight line. So pull your belly in, lengthen butt to heels, lift your pelvic floor and low belly. Take an inhale. As you exhale, keep the knees down for this one, elbows in. Press straight up. Good. Then shift forward and lower down again. This time, we'll try it with the knees up. If you know that's not for you, then you'll keep your knees down. Same thing though, with the knees up, we don't want the worm to happen. We want one long line. We should get Duke doing the worm on one of these videos. Take an inhale. As you exhale, straight up one piece and then down dog. Good, how'd you do? Don't worry if it wasn't perfect, because that's not what any of this is about. It's yoga practice and it's an inside job, not about the pose. Let's inhale to float your right leg back and up with level hips first. And then we'll bend the knee and open the hip for fun, because it's nice to do every once in a while. Just not every time. You just want to protect your low back. Reach your left heel down, press evenly with your arms. Now bring it back to center. As you exhale, you're going to draw your thigh to your belly and line up your shoulders with your wrists. And breathe here. Use your bandhas. They will help you to feel lighter. Now take your right foot by your right hand and your left knee to the earth. Pad up your left knee if you got a thin mat or if you have any knee issues. Inhale, low lunge, pull this right hip back and sink forward. Exhale. Look up if that's okay on your neck. And breathe. One more breath here. And now bring your hands down on either side of your front foot. We're going to lean back, a half split to start. So lengthen, inhale, and fold, exhale. If it's hard to reach the earth and you have yoga blocks, put one here and put your hands there. Now, the next part, if you have knee issues, I want you to be really careful and maybe skip it. We're going to we'll untuck this back toe and either rest your hip right on your heel or rest your hip on the earth just to the inside of the heel. And if it's uncomfortable, generally speaking, how comfortable could it be for some of us, right? You could put a rolled blanket or a pillow right here if your butt's on the ground. Breathing here, let's take your hands down. And I'm running out of space. I'm just going to scoot a little bit forward. You don't have to if you've got space. Bring your fingertips behind you. And now inhale, lift your chest up and lengthen your butt toward the backs of your knees. So we're trying to get a little stretch in the front of that left quad and hip flexor. So pull your belly in, lengthen butt to heels. It's that little pelvic tilt that we did earlier when we were lying on the backs. And then set it down, walk yourself forward, and we'll return to our low lunge. Tuck the back toes under, hands on either side of the foot, and come to plank. Knees can be up or down. We're going to take chaturanga with shoulders no lower than elbows, exhaling. Then inhale for up dog or cobra, always your choice. And exhale, use your bandhas to make your transition to down dog. Breathe here a moment. Remember, anytime you need a break or want a break, take a child's pose. This is your practice. Inhale, left leg lifts, level hips at first, just so you can feel the difference. Exhale, bend the knee, open it up. Reach your right heel toward the earth. Press back evenly through the arms. And breathe. Engaging bandhas. Now we'll take the leg back to level. Inhale. And draw the thigh in toward the belly with your shoulders above your wrists. Lots of bandhas. Breathing here. So remember, lift the pelvic floor, draw the low belly in as best you can while you're breathing. And then step your left foot up. Right knee down, pad up your right knee as needed. And as you come up, pull your right hip back, send your left hip forward, and reach up. So we get some stretch here already. But when we get to our soldier pose, our super soldier, we'll need it. So warm it up. For 3 breaths. Arrow straight arms too. You can take your arms wide, but I want you to straighten those elbows. If you don't straighten them now, eventually they won't straighten, and that's not fun. Now take the hands down to the mat or to your blocks and start to straighten out your front leg. Inhale to lengthen and fold as you exhale. A little half Hanumanasana, half split. And now we'll take the right buttock onto the left heel on the top of your foot. So you can stay here. That was just my knee crack. It does it all the time. Or you can take it to the inside. You can also pad up this left butt cheek with a pillow, if that helps. Because when you have some tightness, like I do right now, this one doesn't want to get all the way down on the floor very easily. So if I lifted this one up, my left one, then this one would go down more, but I'll be okay. It doesn't hurt anything. If it hurts something, of course, don't do it. That's your body saying no thanks. Bring your hands behind you. Fingertips face forward. If you have wrist issues, though, you can turn them out. And lift. As you lift, open your chest. Let your head go back any amount. And then lengthen your butt toward the backs of your knees on both sides, especially on the bent knee. So you can hopefully start to feel a stretch on the top of your thigh and your hip flexor. One more breath. And release. Come on down. We're going to walk forward again to our low lunge. Hands on either side. Tuck the back toes under. Lift the knee. Come to plank. Knees up or down. Remember, you want to keep the belly lifted so you're not arching your back for chaturanga. Exhale. Inhaling up. Exhaling back. And breathe here for 3 and 2. And inhale up onto the balls of the feet. Exhale everything out. Keep your hips high. Lightly step or hop up. Then inhale, lengthen your spine and fold. Exhale, bend your knees as needed. If the legs are straight, shift the weight toward the balls of your feet. Now inhale to rise up. Look up, lengthen. Keep these ribs in. And exhale to Samasthiti. Let's do a little flowing. So at the top of the mat, big toes together, heels slightly apart, or feet hip socket distance, but make sure the outer edges of your feet are parallel. Press evenly through the feet, and then lift up through the arches, the legs, pull in the belly, lift the pelvic floor, widen the chest. Chin is level with the earth. Turn your palms out, inhale, reach up. Exhale, hinge from the hip creases and fold. Inhale, lengthen halfway. As you exhale, step or float and find chaturanga. Remember, shoulders no lower than the elbows, please. Then inhale, press up. And exhale, stretch back. Inhale your right leg up from the inner thigh. As you exhale, again, knee toward belly. Bandhas. Breathing, take a breath in. Exhale, knee toward right tricep. Bandhas and breathing. Inhale, bring it to center, hold it up. Exhale, step it right in the middle of your hands. Then spin your back heel down. Make sure you've lined up your front heel with your back arch, and then come to warrior 2. Then reach for the arms, press your front heel down, and get this knee right over the middle toes. Then take your hands behind you and interlace. Roll your shoulders open, inhale, and fold, exhale. Let your head hang down toward the earth, but press through the outer edge of your back foot and double check your knee is still over your ankle. Take another breath here. And then inhale, let's come up. Release the arms and reverse your warrior. As you exhale, bend into your front knee a little bit more. I know it's starting to feel it, I know. Keep reversing and we'll straighten it. That feels better. And then inhale, come on up. Triangle pose, you can shorten your stance for more stability if you like to. Hinge and reach. And stretch up through the top arm. So this right hand can go anywhere. Foot, little toe side of the foot, block, big toe, but draw this front hip under you. Bring your bottom ribs forward and spin your top ribs back. Now inhale, reach your top arm forward. Exhale, sweep it down. And bring it to your low back, or perhaps hook it onto your thigh and roll the top shoulder open. If your neck is okay with it, crown of the head lengthens forward and then turn your chin toward the sky. If not, look forward or look down. So firming the leg muscles and the bandhas, but soften your gaze. Soften on either side of your neck. One more breath here. And then looking down, bend the knee, step back. You can go right into down dog or come to plank, chaturanga. Inhale up, exhale back. Left leg lifts, inhale. Exhale, thigh toward belly, shoulders above wrists, bandhas, bandhas as you breathe. And then we'll inhale and swing it over to the left tricep. Now, even if you can rest it there, don't do it. Use your bandhas to hold it up. I mean, if you need a rest, you could do it, but otherwise, challenge yourself. Bring the knee to center, step it up right in the middle of the hands, spin the back heel down. So you should be heel to arch if you take the foot in the middle of the hands, but double check it. Inhale, warrior two, and exhale here, and double check again. Knee in line with middle toes. Back inner thigh lifts. Bandhas. Gaze over your fingertips for a moment. And breathe. Always breathing, always coming back to the breath. Then interlace your fingers behind you. You can also hook your thumbs, but take the other pinky or thumb on top. Roll your shoulders back. Inhale, open. Exhale, left shoulder toward left knee. And then let your head hang. Press firmly through the outer edge of your back foot. And instead of locking your elbow joints, keep them a little bit soft. But rolling the shoulder heads away from the earth, we're getting into a good shoulder stretch that we will need today. Another breath here. Keep bending that front knee if you can and dropping that front hip underneath you. Now releasing hands. Inhale, come on up. Exhale here and reverse. Inhale. Stay for your exhale. Sink in a little lower if possible. Press into the front heel, outer edge of back foot. Firm your pelvic floor muscles and your low belly muscles. Then straighten the front leg. Sweet relief. Exhale. Inhale, make your way up. Set up for your triangle. You can keep your stance as long as it is now or shorten it. For me, it's more stable as it's shorter because I'm a little more bendy, but I wasn't always bendy. Hinge from the hip crease and reach out as far as you can comfortably, and then wherever that hand lands is just perfect. Stretch up through your top arm. So drawing this front hip under you, press into the big toe mound of your front foot. Bottom ribs forward, top ribs back. Now stretch this top arm forward, inhale. Exhale, sweep it down to the low back or perhaps hooking it on the thigh. Either way, roll the shoulder head back any amount. Crown of the head lengthening forward. Maybe turn the chin up to the sky. If it doesn't work, forward or down is perfect. Breathe. Relax around your neck and shoulders. Firm your leg muscles, but without locking the knees. So think of hugging your muscles into the bones. Take another breath here. And then looking down, bend the knee. Hands on either side of the foot. You can step right into down dog or again to plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhaling, upward dog. Exhaling back, downward dog. Stretch here. And then repeat after me in your mind or out loud. I am strong. I am strong. Everything I need is already within me. Everything I need is already within me. Now inhale onto the balls of the feet. Exhale everything out. Keep your hips high. Bandhas, bandhas, bandhas. Step or hop forward on an inhale. And then halfway lift. Fold on your exhale. press to the feet and rise up, inhaling. And to Samastitihi. Turn to the long side of your mat. Step your feet out wide. So if you take your arms out, your ankles should be underneath your wrists. Then find your right hand, reach it up to the sky. Turn your palm to face the back of the mat. Bend the elbow. Take your left hand and spin the tricep in. You can stay right here, or left hand out, roll the shoulder forward, take it back, and clasp your right hand or clasp your shirt. Then roll the shoulder back. Inhale, firm the legs, engage the bandhas, look up. Exhale, hinge from the hip creases and come forward. And breathe. So while you're down here, do your best to roll your left shoulder away from the earth and keep spinning your right tricep in toward the side of your head. Shift the weight a little toward the balls of the feet and engage your Uddiyana Bandha, your low belly, and engage your Mula Bandha, your pelvic floor. One more breath. And then inhale, up we come. Release your arms and we'll do the other side. So find your left arm, turn your palm to face behind you. Bend your elbow. With your right hand, spin the tricep in. Keep that pointed up. You can keep your right hand on top of the elbow the entire time, or right hand comes out, roll the shoulder forward so you can get it back there, but then once you get back there and hold on to something, roll it back. Don't have to hold your hand, you can hold your shirt. I don't recommend holding your hair if it's there because it could hurt. Engage your bandhas. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, hinge from the hips and come forward. Shift your weight toward the balls of your feet so it's nice and evenly distributed in all four corners of your feet. Lift your kneecaps gently to firm your muscles in the legs. However, unlock your knee joints and then do your best to widen your collarbones. Breathe and reconnect with your bandhas. Good. And inhale, coming up. Exhale, release the arms. And let's take the arms out to the sides. Inhale, hold the breath. Bend the knees, step or hop your feet together, and then turn back to the front of the mat. Samastitihi. Take a moment here, close your eyes. Breathe, and just notice the shift in your energy since you began your practice today. And then say to yourself out loud or quietly, I love the person that I am today. I love myself right now. Release your hands and bend the knees. Inhale, sit back into chair pose, weight into the heels. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, you can step to plank and lower, or if you hop, remember, land in chaturanga. And then inhale, press up. And exhale, stretch back. You're gonna lift your right leg up, inhaling. And then exhale, we'll just slowly step it by the right thumb. Taking the left knee down again, so pat up that knee if it needs any padding. Inhale, come up. Now, as you exhale, take your right forearm to your right thigh. Sink forward with your left hand, reach it back, and you may find a foot back there. If you do, bring your toes or bring your fingertips in the same directions as your toes so that your heel comes right to the outside of your butt. Now, if you're on your kneecap, that will hurt more. So you want to try to sink your weight forward if you have the flexibility to do that, so you're not right on your kneecap. And that's the secret of this one. but pad it up if you have any pain. Take another breath here, and then we'll let that go. And we're gonna walk the right foot to the right a little. Bring your hands on the inside of it. Your back knee can be up or down, so depending on how much energy you have. I guess I'll put mine up to start. I might put it back down. Hands on the mat, or forearms on a block, or forearms on the mat for lizard. Breathing here. Try and squeeze this right knee in towards your right shoulder as best you can. If it's just not happening, then it's going out to the side, then turn your toes out as well. Otherwise, keep your foot parallel with the outside of the mat. And then I'm going to press your right hand onto your right calf and see if you can work your shoulder underneath it with your hands down. So far, so good. Maybe, maybe not. Now, see if you can. Remember, this back knee can be down. See if it's possible for you to take your right hand to your low back. Remember your bandhas. And your left hand to your low back. Clasping. Bandhas, bandhas, bandhas. Roll your left shoulder away from the earth for 3 breaths. And 2 breaths. And return your hands to the earth. Get this arm from underneath the shoulder. Now keep your left hand down. We're gonna do twisting lizard. This one's fun. Turn your right toes out to the right. Roll to the little toe side of your left foot. Reach your right arm up. Stretch. You can let this go out to the side. You might feel a little hip stretch here as well. And then from here, I'm gonna take this foot and set it on top of that foot. Ready? I don't know how it's gonna work out. I'm gonna set it right on there, and we are in side plank, sort of. The bottom knee can be down. Now lots of bandhas here. For 3 breaths. Bring your top hip a little bit forward. And 2. And 1. Set it back down to plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Or not. Inhaling up. Exhale back. Take a long breath here. Reconnect with your ujjayi. Reconnect with your strength. You are stronger than you think, smarter than you know. All right, left leg up, inhale. As you exhale, we'll just slowly step it up next to the left thumb. And we'll take the right knee down, so pad up the right knee if you need some padding there. I'm gonna come up, pulling the left hip back, reach up. Now take your left forearm onto the thigh. Sweep this right hand back and lift up the foot, and maybe you'll hold it. If you have a yoga strap, you can use that too. If you have the foot, turn your fingertips toward the sky so that your elbow will point back, and then you can draw it just to the outside of the knee. There goes my little cracking knee again. Try and keep your shoulders and your hips square to the front, and breathe. For 3, and 2, and let it go. Bring your hands on the inside of your left foot. So you can walk your left foot over the left a little, and you can stay on the hands. Remember, back knee can be up or down. I'm gonna keep mine down this time. Coming to the forearms if you like, or forearms on a block. Squeeze your left knee in towards center. If it just won't, make sure to turn your toes out as well. And breathe. Soften your elbow joints, but engage your bandhas, even here. Always want to turn your attention to your breath and just check in with your bandhas. Even if they're not engaged really strongly, you can still do just a little bit of connection. Now, we're going to push the left hand onto the left calf and see if you can get your left shoulder to come under there, and then take your hand down. You can stay right here. I'm gonna take my back knee off the floor for this one because I can use those muscles to help me. Pull that left hip back, maybe left hand to low back, maybe right hand to low back. And breathe. Widen your collarbones for 3, knee over ankle for 2, and set it down. Now we're gonna keep the right hand on the earth, turn your left toes out to the left a little bit, and then roll to the little toe side of your back foot. Stretch up through your left fingertips. Big breath. Relax your neck and shoulders. And then, just like before, we're taking this foot on top of that foot, and we'll see how it goes. I haven't done this in a while, so there we go. A little shaky. Bring your top hip forward so it's above your bottom hip. Now engage your bandhas, lengthen your butt to your heels, and breathe. 3, and 2, and 1. Coming back to plank, and take a vinyasa if you want to, or just go right into down dog. Down dog. And then let's walk our hands toward the feet. You walk your feet toward your hands. We're going to come into a forward fold and grab the elbows. And then gently rock your torso side to side. And then take your arms down, lightly nod your head yes. Turn it no. And then whatever you like to do here for a couple more moments, you can bend the knees or straighten them, just relax. Repeat after me, out loud or in your mind. Everything that has happened up to this point in my life has made me into the wonderful human being that I am today. Everything that has happened to me up to this point in my life has made me into the wonderful human being that I am. All right, we're gonna walk back to down dog. You ready for super soldier? Let's see what happens. Haven't done this one. I practiced it a little bit, but it's not been in my regular rotation for many years. I don't think it ever really has been. Right leg lifts, inhale. Exhale, bring it up by the right hand. So, like before, we're going to press this calf with the hand and get the shoulder under there, and then take this hand to the earth. This hand is going to come up a little bit in front. Walk your back foot in. Then you'll lift this leg. That's your left one. Take your right hand to your foot and stretch it up toward the sky. And you could be on the fingertips. You could also use a block underneath your left hand. And it's a super soldier pose, I think. Mwah. 3 breaths here. And first time doing it, just play around a little. Remember last week, I think we did something similar where we weren't holding the foot. You could do it like that. 2 breaths. And 1. Let's just step the feet together. And inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, step or float back, chaturanga, or go right to down dog, your choice. Exhale. Inhaling and exhaling. Here we go, left side. Left leg lifts, inhale. As you exhale, step it up by the hand. So you'll take this left hand and press it onto the calf from the inside. Getting the shoulder under there. Take your left hand to the floor, right hand a little bit forward. Walk your back foot in, and then walk it over closer to this hand. Then start to, so you're going to press down on your right hand and your left foot. Take this right foot over to the left hand and hold on to it. And then start to take the heel up towards your buns and the knee up toward the sky. And there is like an opening, like a externally rotated hip happening. So it's fine to open up that hip. Find a steady gazing point on the floor, something that's not moving. That's going to help with your drishti. All right, 3 breaths. And 2. And then we'll just release that foot and the hand and step the feet together. Forward fold. Nice work, my friend. Let's do an inhale through the nose. Exhale out of your mouth like with a sound. Once again, inhale, come halfway up. Exhale with some sound. Bring hands to hips and come all the way up. Okay, so now we're going to do a little bit of warming up. Well, I mean, we're warm, but we're going to do a little preparation for headstand. So move your mat near a wall, because we'll be using it shortly. I'm just going to use this wall, just so you know. From Samasthiti, reach up, inhale. Exhale and fold. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale to plank, or you could skip the vinyasa and go right to down dog. That's your choice too. Inhale, press up. Exhale to down dog just for a moment. And now we'll take our knees onto the earth and interlace our fingers for dolphin pose. So it's just like down dog, but we're going to be on the forearms. But do make sure your elbows, a lot of times they want to go wider than the shoulders. Keep your elbows right under your shoulders, tuck your toes, and lift. And then stretch back. And then walk your feet a little forward. And then walk your feet a little back. Walk your right foot in, put it back. Left foot in, put it back. Walk, walk forward. Walk, walk back. It's a little headstand prep dance. Now walk your feet back about a foot's distance and ripple your spine forward for dolphin plank. You knew it was coming, I know. Now step your feet together. Bandhas. Squeeze your outer hips, your inner thighs. Pull your belly in and breathe for 5 and 4, 3, chest forward, 2, and walk your feet back in, dolphin. Stretch back, and then to the knees, and rest. So you can rest on your knees, but watch, because I want to show you something. The shoulders and the head, very important for your headstand. If you stick your fingers in your ears and you touch right at the top, this is the crown of your head, and that is what you want on the mat. If it's too far back, your chin will lift. If your weight is too far forward, your chin will drop, and that's not good for your neck. You only want about 30% of the weight on your head or less when you're in your headstand. Less weight is better because that protects your neck. I'm going to show you the shoulders. I'm going to come to this angle, and we're on this camera, Duke, right? Okay. So watch my shoulders. Actually, I'm going to put my hair up so you can really see it. Because in order to be able to hold your headstand safely, you need to be able to press on your forearms
and drop your shoulders, or actually lift your shoulders away from the earth because you'll be upside down. So let me show you the difference. I'm gonna interlace my fingers. I have my pinky flush with the other one so it doesn't get squished. Make sure my elbows don't go wider than my shoulders. And I take the crown of the head down, tuck the toes for Dolphin. I'm gonna show this in Dolphin. And then now I'm not pressing my shoulders away from the earth, and I've got a lot of weight on my head. Now I am pressing my shoulders away, and I could even lift my head right off the floor. So not using shoulder strength, am using shoulder strength, and I could lift. Okay, so I want you to practice that as well. So come onto your mat, interlace your fingers, tuck your little pinky flush with the other, come to the crown of your head. Remember, the very crown. Tuck your toes, elbows no wider than the shoulders, and then just for a moment, let your shoulders drop. Now press into your forearms and your elbows and lift your shoulders away from the earth and see if you can lift your head right off the mat. See if you can do that. Now, it's important to note, if you can't do that, at least be able to draw your shoulders up away from the earth. I mean, maybe you can't get your head off the floor immediately, but you can feel the lightness. But if you cannot feel the lightness, no headstand for you today, okay? Instead, you can practice either, you've got some options. You can do dolphin planks into dolphins, which will help build the strength that you'll need for your headstand, or my personal favorite, one hip up against the wall and legs up the wall pose. So legs up the wall pose will give you the benefits of an inversion, and dolphin into dolphin plank will give you the strength that you'll need for for headstand. Or you could do a little combo of both, but just while you're getting yourself set up at the wall, I need to do a little chapstick. I get so dry. Okay, a little sip of water and I'm good to go. Oh, okay, while I'm doing this, if you have any injuries in your neck, in your shoulders, no headstands for you. You can do one of the opposite or one of the alternate poses. If you have uncontrolled high blood pressure, if you have eye injuries such as glaucoma or anything else, recent dental surgeries, if it is your monthly cycle and it's very heavy, no headstands for you. You can do one of the other options. Okay, I think I've gone over my checklist. Ready? All right, so I'm gonna take my knuckles all the way to the wall with my pinky flush with the other. And I'm gonna move my mat over too, because if I don't, it'll hurt my head. And I don't wanna hurt my head. So, interlace, elbows no wider than the shoulders. Take the crown of your head down, tuck your toes, walk your feet in. Now we don't ever, ever, ever kick into a headstand. What we do is we lift one leg toward the wall, and then the other leg will follow. Okay? And then I usually kind of keep my head off the floor a little bit because I do have a injury from before, so I don't like to put a lot of pressure on my head. But you can keep your head on the floor, but make sure that you're not putting too much weight. And, of course, you must use your bandhas. Bandhas are so important in this one. Otherwise, your back will arch, and we don't want that. So if your feet are against the wall, you can flex them, or you could do Barbie toes. Squeeze your legs together. To come out of this, try to come out as slowly as you went in. So taking one leg toward the floor, the other leg still up there for as long as it can be. And then child's pose. Right away, child's pose. So you gotta do a child's pose after your headstand. Otherwise, you could get dizzy and that wouldn't be good, okay? So that's how you practice headstand. The more you practice it, the more you can start to move your knuckles away from the wall, little by little. And then you can practice seeing if you can go up. You'll have the wall to catch you, but you can practice and see if maybe you can balance without the wall. And then that fateful day comes when you turn yourself away from the wall and you try it without the wall. And it is a scary day, and there's no rush, and you may never want to do that. But if you do want to practice without the wall, it's very similar. You would start the same way, elbows no wider than shoulders. You would take one leg up, and then the other leg will follow. That's one way to do it. That's the easiest way. I'll show you the Ashtanga way, and then we'll move on. Okay, so the Ashtanga way, you come up with your legs straight, and you have to have the flexibility to be able to get your hips past your shoulders. That's the hard part. But then once your hips go past your shoulders, your feet automatically become light, and it's actually a lot easier than it looks. It's one of those easier than it looks things. But on the way down, not easy, because you got to use all your core and all your bandhas. And by the way, when you take your headstands, or if you have your legs up the wall, you literally are changing your perception. So you're literally seeing the world in a different way. And for those of us with depression, that is a really good thing. Plus, our bodies are constantly being affected by gravity. Gravity is pulling us always down, down, down. So when we go upside down, we have that opposite effect of the gravity on our body. So like our little internal organs get light. They go, yay, kidneys are like floating up. So it's really good for your internal organs, and it's great for your spine because your spine is constantly getting compressed as well. So, okay, here it is. Elbows no wider than shoulders. Walk, walk, walk the feet in. Once the hips go past the shoulders, then the legs will start to come up. Squeeze them together. Keep lifting the shoulders away from the earth. Lots and lots of bandhas. You can practice holding for a few breaths and maybe work up to 10 eventually. And then to come back, hips go past the shoulders. Now lots of bandhas. And you try to come down as slowly as you can. And then right into your child's pose. Always a child's pose after you do it. Tomorrow's video, I think it's tomorrow's video, there's a headstand in it. Or not tomorrow, Monday's video. I think there's a headstand. It's an Ashtanga one. So you can practice more headstand on Monday with our weekly video. Now, from child's pose, reach your arms forward, come up onto the knees, tuck the toes, down dog. So we want to release the pressure on the head and neck after a headstand. So just lightly nod your head yes. Move it from side to side. Make a semicircle or a full circle. Whatever feels good. And then look forward and step or hop and sit. Make your way onto your back. We're going to do a bridge pose and a wheel pose, and then we're going to cool it down. Heels under knees. Remember from the beginning, tilt the pelvis up, inhale, lift, spiral your thighs in, lengthen butt to backs of knees, and bandhas. You can keep your palms flat, you can grab the sides of the mat and pull, or roll the shoulders under and then interlace. And since we're warm now, press into the heels and try to bring your back bend into your upper back, your thoracic spine. Breathe. And then come on down and either let your knees drop in or take soles of feet together, knees apart, hand on belly, hand on heart center. And like 3 think about yourself. Any 3. Anything. Do bridge. Can you not hear me anymore?
Sound went off. Okay.
Is it back on? Sounds back on. If you're doing bridge pose, you'll come up again. Same. If you're doing wheel, hands up by the ears, come to the crown of the head, line up your wrists and your elbows, toes in a little, and come up. Breathe. And engage your bandhas, especially mula bandha, best you can. 3 breaths. Stretch out the whole front of the body, lengthen butt to backs of knees. Press your shoulder blades into your chest. And then to come down, chin in and lower. And hug your knees in. So back bends are a natural mood lifter. So if you're feeling down or even if you're feeling depressed, do some back bends. Okay. So from here, just to counter our back bend, we'll extend the legs up toward the sky. Bring your hands behind your thighs and start to slowly bring your legs, thighs toward belly. You can bend your knees. So we really want to get into the back. So if your hamstrings are tight, then bend your knees. If your hamstrings aren't tight, then you can reach for your feet. And breathe here. Relax your shoulders and your jaw. 3 breaths. And then we'll let that go. Bend your knees, take your feet to the floor, and pick up your hips. Take them over to the right a little bit. Knees to the left, and you can cross right over left if you like. Look over the right shoulder. Take this, sorry, I just hit the mic. Take this right shoulder to the right and scoot the left shoulder to the left. And turn your belly to the sky. Deep breaths in your twist. And now we'll come back to center. Uncross the legs if they're crossed. Get your hips to center. Shift your hips to the right a little. Knees to the left. Crossing right over left if you like. And then scoot this left shoulder to the left. Right shoulder to the right. And turn your head to look over the right shoulder. Turn your belly toward the sky. And breathe. Deep breaths. You don't really have to engage your bandhas here, but you could bring some awareness to them. One more big breath. Let everything relax. And then inhale, bring your head to center, uncross your legs if they're crossed, bring your hips to center. Hug the knees into the chest. Lengthen your sitting bones toward the floor and we'll come into Savasana. Very important pose. Extend the legs, let your feet flop open. Or if it's more comfortable for feet to flop in for you, that's fine too. Take your arms a little away from the body. Take your hands to the tops of your hips and lengthen your sitting bones toward the knees, especially if you have bendy low back. If your low back is uncomfortable, then bend your knees, feet up. Take your hands out to the sides, palms facing up to receive. And then once you get into your comfortable position, stay. Forget about your ujjayi breath. Just breathe naturally. Allow your body to be very heavy. Feel the support of the earth hugging you, holding you. Quiet mind, quiet body, Savasana, rest. where you are, deepen your breath. Start to make movements in your fingers and your toes, your wrists and your ankles. Stretch your arms overhead. Oh, notice how good you feel from your practice. Bend your knees, roll to your right side, and honor yourself. There is only one you in this whole entire universe, and that is amazing. So honor yourself frequently and constantly. Use your left hand and your right hand to come up. Take a comfortable seat. So one thing that really helped me with living with depression is changing my perception, my attitude. This is a quote from Sean Aker. He wrote a book called The Happiness Advantage, which I highly recommend. When our brains constantly scan for and focus on the positive, we profit from 3 of the most important tools available to us: happiness, gratitude, and optimism. So keep your scanners looking for the positive. It will change how you feel. Bring your hands together. Hands to the forehead, reminding us to have clear and loving thoughts. Hands to your heart, reminding us to have clear and loving intentions. Hands to the mouth, reminding us to have clear and loving communication, sending out this positive energy that we created all around the world to all beings everywhere. Namaste. The light in me recognizes, honors, and absolutely loves the light in you.